Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for Smash That Small Pad. This is a collaboration put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts, and our friend Stampin' Cat on Instagram does this with us too. The links are down below. I did not fully smash this time, and I apologize. This video might be a little rough because I didn't think about the fact that I wasn't filming at home, so sound and light are tricky. So I'm trying to use daylight, so we better hurry. I was just crafting away, having a great time, and then I realized daylight. I need to film before it gets dark. I'm using a Catherine Pooler's Snowy Day patterned paper. I have to tell you, I'm in love with her paper. It is so thick and it doesn't have too much of a shine. I could stamp on it if I want, but it's just so thick. I love it. Really enjoying it. It die cuts wonderfully. I have used another one of her papers before, but it wasn't like a collection. It was just blue patterns. This one is, coming together as winter cards, and I'm having a great time. If you saw my updates video, you know that I packed up and all I brought was the pad. Okay, I do have scraps, and I have, I think, 6 whole pieces and a 7th right here. Well, when you watched that video, were you thinking, what about sentiments, Sarah? What were you going to use? Because when I unpacked my stuff, that's what I thought. I got lucky because I brought that bin of winter, and I had some fun things with me. So I had the Joy stamp and a white ink pad. I'm not sure how well you can tell. And then navy cardstock. I did this month, what you're going to see here is card fronts. They're not on card bases yet. I will film them and show you the whole. These will look even better when they're on card bases because they'll have just that tiny contrasting border, which will give them an even nicer look. In my eye, I love contrast. So what I did was I dug through my stash, and I had gold with me, but not silver. And I thought, I'm going to try it. Letty of, I'm going to get it wrong, Letty, sorry. Party Planner Papery. It's those 3 words. Okay, I might be close. She used silver with red and green, and I always use gold with red and green and silver with my blue wintry cards, and I thought that was so fun. So I thought, oh, today I have the gold, I'm going to use it. I don't think I have these in silver anyway. I have white, but who knows where. This is Kendra's card challenge number 16. I'll try to remember to link to her down below. This was my first time ever making one of hers. This is card number 1. They're in order, okay? You'll figure it out. You can count. And I hadn't made one before. I absolutely had a blast, you guys. I was very structured about it. I used bags with numbers just like our friend Beth does at Bourbon Creek Crafts. I added snowflakes. Sometimes I layered. This is a little crooked. I love it anyway. I was just digging through my stash to see what I had, and I had this Joy die with me, so you can tell that I was die cutting the paper from this collection. I had a great time making these cards. And normally I mix up my sentiments, but I will use 15 cards that say Joy on them. I just had a absolute great time. I think if you're going to do a Kendra's card challenge, you need to be really organized when you cut your pieces. No talking. I didn't watch TV. I didn't talk to Mr. Crafting and Relaxing. I was just focused on cutting and putting them in the proper number bags. I love this one. This little Joy, I had die cut with me, so I worked in the gold. Same for this one. I think one of you sent me these. Look at this. I mixed this up a little. They were like the flaggy kind, and I'm not very good at those, so I did it this way. Be super organized about how you cut, and then each little baggie was like a fun surprise to see what I was going to make. I had some oval dies with me, and this is specialty paper. You can see it's picking up the light. And look, I did flags, and I did pretty well, except that one's on there crooked. Another one where I think Beth or somebody sent me the spread Joy, and then somebody else, I had the snowflake in my stash too. I was very glad that I brought that box of, why do I need this blue stuff? I'm probably not going to make a journal. Well, I dug through it and found card making stuff. Isn't this a fun one? Now, in Kendra's card challenge, she uses the card bases and a lot of white space. Because I was smashing and because I was obsessed with this paper, I used the back layer of patterned paper. She doesn't necessarily do that. So on all of these, the cut pieces for the cards would have been that, and then I added this one. And then Wishing You Joy, this one was with me in my stash too. So this one's number 13. I had 1 through 10 and then 13. I have all the others cut but not assembled, and daylight is fading. If you haven't tried Kendra's card challenge, I highly recommend, like I said, be super organized, use the bags. And one thing I will say is this card's a great example. These might not be the best cards for beginners to assemble because there's a lot of layering and where you have to put layers of cardstock. Can you see that? Behind things. So if you're going to do one, maybe watch a video of Kendra or Beth or somebody else making them, because they can be a little more tricky to assemble, and I don't use a lot of diagonals and stuff, so I struggled on that one a bit, but it turned out so cute. There was not a time that I was frustrated. Now, I will say I did not use directional paper. I think when you get into these cutting templates, especially the first time you try a pattern, don't use directional paper. And what that means is my snowflakes don't have a top or a bottom. There's nothing directional here, no text, nothing. Super fun, and it only took 6 pieces of paper to make it. So even if you wanted to smash something and some of them are directional, you could still use it. Be sure to check out Beth's video here on Bourbon Creek Crafts on YouTube, and take the link down below to Stampin' Cat on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching. I will be back again Sunday. Bye-bye.